Hello and welcome to day 13 of Promptathon as we are building our AI habits and building agents as well. So today we will build one more agent. All right. That's just to make sure that we get our hands on and we get a little more clarity on how agents can be built. Okay. Now, if you are following all these previous videos, great. Welcome back. If not, I recommend go back to the channel, start from day one, complete to day 12 and join us. All right. Let's dive in.
Subscribe to Career Story 60 and unlock your ChatGPT superpowers.
Before we start creating an agent, what I want to do is just once again go to Google Gemini. Last time we used Perplexity. I want to ask Gemini, give me a step-by-step guidance on how I can create a agent. Now this time I'm using Copilot, okay? Microsoft Copilot Studio. That's really good. How do we create an agent in that? Step by step. Now, for people who are working in any enterprise, large corporations, or even companies, most probably you may have that Copilot access. If you don't have it, ask for it. Try to get that. It's really um, very, very good in terms of improving our productivity and efficiency at workplace. And if you already have, this will be very easy for you. Anyway, so let's see after the prompt, what is the outcome? So I've asked for a step-by-step guidance. Now it tells me access Copilot Studio, then go to create a new agent. On the Studio homepage, you will find that option called as an agent. All right. Then you can also you can skip configure or you can go to configure. Okay, we will do those steps. Don't worry. I'll just skip this quickly and I will give you the real demo. You'll understand that. Then it's also telling me the main agent's core, what's the goal, right? Every agent should have a goal, remember that. So what's the goal of this agent? You have to define the purpose of that, right? Because agents are not like generative AI, they are goal driven. And then give the name of an agent, set the tone. You want to be a kind teacher, you want to be friendly, you want to be professional, you can do that. You can also give some instructions, right? Do not use publicly accessible websites. Provide, avoid providing tax advice, things like that. So give some constraints, which is good to have it. That's nice. Then you can add knowledge sources. One of the best things about agent is adding knowledge sources. You'll hear this fancy word called as RAG. It's nothing but a very fancy term used for any knowledge sources that you want to add to your agent, right? So you can direct it to your knowledge sources. It could be your team site, it could be a lot of documents. Yesterday we did that for the HR policy, right? Today you can do for something else. When we come to the demo, I'll share that as well. Knowledge sources could be public websites, you can use SharePoint, you can upload files, something else that you want. Then you define the topics, okay? Now after the define the topic, what are your trigger phases also you can define. We will do that in the demo. What are the actions that the agent needs to perform, whether it's sending an email, is it integrating with other systems? You have to define that. And any automated flow that you want to do, we can do that as well. Then finally, once it's all ready, we will test our agent. We will have some startup prompts. Like these are some startup prompts. You will have some startup prompts here on that, right? So similarly, you can have some startup prompts. Then you publish your agent. You can even share your agent to other friends, colleagues, so that they can also use the agent for their productivity gains. All right, let's try with the demo. Now for everyone who doesn't have an access to Microsoft Copilot, right? What you can do is you can just go to the Microsoft website, type Microsoft Copilot Studio. Okay, you will get that. Try going on Google and doing that. You get a free trial for a couple of days. I think it's for 14 days. Go ahead and click that. Let's see where this brings us to. It asks you for your email, and then you go ahead next. And once you select all those options, you get your own Copilot. Assuming you got all settled, you have signed up. Now you come to this screen of Copilot. It has already some startup prompts like suggest a daily routine. You want to suggest some clever riddles, suggest 5 office friendly jokes. There are more startup prompts, but anyway, our agenda is not about startup prompts. Let's get to the agents here. There's this option called as create agent. Okay, go ahead and click that button first thing. Now You can describe what your agent is here. Okay, I'm here to help you build an agent. Wow, it's so friendly. You can start describing what your agent wants to do. Do you want to be a career coach? Do you want to be idea coach? What? So I will describe my agent. I want to leverage old project knowledge to predict risks for my new and upcoming projects. All right. So I'm going to use a lessons learned repository of my old projects, and I want to make it a prediction engine. That's my goal. So let's see what this comes up with. Okay. Now let's determine a name for the agent. Project risk predictor. I'm fine with it. Yes. I can ask more. It's fine with me. No problem. Now let's refine the instructions for your agent. What specific action or information should the agent provide? For example, should it analyze past project data, identify project potential risk, or suggest mitigation? I say all the three. We're just doing a simple demo here. You want to go full fledged? It's a different thing. We will do it little different. We'll do it later. Next question. Next, let's refine the guidelines for your agent. How do you want the agent to interact with the users? Should it provide detailed reports, offer real time updates, or be available for consultation or demand? I'll say let it be available for consultation and demand only. So we are still at the describe stage here. Would you like to access any publicly accessed websites or only knowledge sources? So I would say only knowledge sources. Okay. I don't want this to go public. It is for my internal business purpose only. Right? You can just ignore all this, and now we don't have to make any more modification. We'll just go to no. I will move to configure it now. Let's go to configure. During configure stage, we can always add as many resources as we can. Now I'll go and click configure. Okay. It has already taken the project, my agent name. It's given the description, which I said, an agent that leverages old project knowledge to predict risk for new and upcoming projects. What are the instructions here? The instructions for this agent is analyze past data, identify risk, suggest mitigation strategy, available for consultation on demand. Knowledge. You can go to knowledge, and at knowledge you can go ahead, click this, upload whatever files you want. You can add URLs, you can drop in whatever. I've already uploaded one thing. I have uploaded something called as an implementation plan. Okay, it's a short plan just for the purpose of demo. Then there are some suggested prompts which itself has added, like risk prediction. How can I predict risk for my new project? Mitigation. What recommendations do you provide to mitigate identified risks? Project trends, confidentiality, and so on, right? I'm good. I can do either try it. Let's go and try it. Okay. These are some startup prompts. It is coming up. Let me just click historical. Let's see if it comes up because lovely. We got the first result. So it's saying how can the question was how can historical data help in forecasting risk? So it's telling me it's going to inform key decision points. It shapes research and prototype plans. In phase 3, historical evidence is used to evaluate whether test prototypes are effectively serving stakeholders. Okay. And there are some references also. It's giving some references. Okay. If I can click that, it'll open up the new. And it's giving further information like support, scaling, and statewide implementation. Let me ask one more question here. I'm saying, what are the 5 key phases for developing a thorough year end system, right? Year assessment system. Let's see what's the response that comes up with. Okay. So it's telling me my question was 5 key phases for developing a thorough system, right? First is determine whether to transition. Second is planning the transition. Third is prototyping. Fourth is scaling. Fifth is statewide. Let me ask one more question. Okay. Now, because this is an agent which which has got a specific role of project risk prediction only, it has got only one resource which I have linked to it. You can give them that whole team access, whole folder, hundreds of documents, and you will have like miraculous suggestions coming from it. My next question: what is the purpose of implementation plan template? Okay, so it's telling me it's to provide a structured roadmap, translate strategy into action, support customization, focus on deliverables. If you have any other questions, go ahead and feel free. Try doing that. You have created your second agent. Now, once you have created this agent, you can share that with other members in your office, in your team, or in your projects. They can also use this. These are just small things, but these are independent agents, right? You can have multiple workflow agents. You can have agents which is not only talking to your Outlook but Teams, but to other ERPs like SAP that you may be operating, or any other like Workday, Jira, ServiceNow. There are so many things that it can connect. It needs a lot of connectors, right? And it can all be configured that way. But this was a good example. Very simple. Use Microsoft Copilot. Right now, it's for the public, it's free. For enterprise, most of you may have already got your accesses. It's a great way to start showing off to your leadership that these are agents that you can create, that's going to reduce time, that's going to do dedicated, focused job, just not generic, right? It's an amazing wow thing. All right. Thank you for joining Promptathon.